Good morning to you once again. You are looking live over False River, courtesy of Our Lady of the Lake Sky 9, looking live and looking good. Now that we've shed some more of those clouds, we're getting a little more sunshine out there. 60 degrees, and as I mentioned earlier, yeah, the winds are going to be a little bit breezy from time to time. Out of the north, 10 miles per hour, gusting occasionally right around 20 miles per hour. No wind advisory, nothing crazy like that. Yesterday, getting up to 81, once again, way above where we should be. Matter of fact, yesterday, New Orleans hit 85. They set a record high yesterday. We weren't that far off, but now, over the next couple of days, we're going to be a little bit closer to that normal high in the upper 60s, and there you see today's low getting down to 55. That 55 was over here in Baton Rouge, getting down to the mid-50s over in Lafayette and over to the low to mid-50s. So temperatures this morning were very consistent because so were the dew points. And there you see that mixture of sun and clouds. You can see a few of the fair weather clouds just kind of gliding on by on our satellite, and that's coming off some of the Gulf moisture there. Those showers are not going to come back to get us, but some of the clouds are just kind of bleeding in from the Gulf, and that's what we're going to deal with the remainder of the day. The graph shows that. The graph also shows a high of 68 degrees. That's good. That's what I'm forecasting. Being in agreement is always a good thing. And then we should completely clear everything out a little bit later in the day. What that's going to do, though, that's going to allow for a lot of radiative cooling. That's going to really cool things down. We're targeting a low temperature in the Baton Rouge area of around 40 degrees. So that's how we're going to start Thanksgiving Day Thursday. And even to the north, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of areas did make it down to the 30s. Meanwhile, here comes the next front in a relatively busy and active weather pattern. That's this weekend, so Saturday night going into Sunday morning. The next front sweeps in a good chance of showers and storms, but even after the front moves out, that doesn't mean that we're done with the rain, as another warm front's going to come back up from the Gulf Coast. That's going to give us a good chance of rain. Now, on this time, Monday into Tuesday here, this is the beginning of December, it should be really cold during this time, so I'm not expecting severe weather with this batch, but it could be a pretty good rainmaker over those several days, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. You could see as we get to Sunday, the dew points, the moisture starts to pump back into the area. Over the next couple of the days, the dew points stay low. That's one of those things that's going to allow those temperatures at night to really cool down. But here's what we're talking about with the rain. It's a pretty good dose of rain expected over the next 7 days. But like I said, this is more to the point starting Saturday night going through Tuesday, because that's when we're going to have the chance of rain. And we could see it pile up to about 2 to 3 inches, which, by the way, wouldn't be such a bad thing because we still have drought conditions and a lot of us could use the rain. 68 for today, no rain, partly cloudy to mostly sunny, and it will be breezy and cooler from time to time, getting all the way down to 40 degrees tonight. And again, that's in the city. So if you live north of the city, don't be surprised if you creep into the upper 30s. So that's where we're going to start things out for Thanksgiving Thursday. So if you're going to be out and about in the AM or the PM, you're going to want that jacket, because even tomorrow afternoon, we're not going to warm up that much. We'll get up to about 63. Going to be a beautiful blue sky day, don't get me wrong. And it looks like we're not only cold, but we get even colder next week when we get another frontal system with highs next week only in the 50s.